Hey everybody, thank you for joining us on our Facebook Live today where we have the one and only Rachael Fierro. Fierro?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, all right, just double checking here. Wow, you're doing some really cool stuff in the real estate space and the real estate industry. So I want to talk a lot about what you're doing at 16100, how your agents are managing to be so successful. Even a lot of your agents are newer agents and really just going gangbusters. And so I want to talk about that, but let's get to know you a little bit first. So tell us a little bit about your entry into real estate, how you got in it, how long you've been doing it, and what made you decide to start your own brokerage.
Alrighty. Well, thank you, first of all, for having me on here. This is so exciting, and glad to be here and share my story. So believe it or not, I've been in the real estate industry for I stopped counting at 25.
25
yeah,
plus.
Ish.
So, which is great because you don't look like you've been doing anything for 25 years. So that's
thank
great.
You,
yeah.
Thank you. So yeah, I started in title. So in Duncanville, Texas. Started out as doing title. I was an escrow officer and did that for about 20 years.
That's tough.
Had my real estate license since 2002. So I kind of did it off and on in between title. One day I just decided to retire from doing title and went full-time real estate. And I always really focused on down payment assistance programs, low to moderate income families, and working with nonprofit organizations. So I really focused on that and helped and did that for a few years. And it was always a great desire of mine just to help others and to be there for them and to help them buy their first home. And even when they didn't even think or dream about buying a home,
right.
I wanted to help them make that a reality.
Yeah.
And so I loved it. It was very exciting.
I love when families come in and they go, okay, we need to find a real estate agent so we can find a house to lease. And then you go, no, you can actually buy.
Exactly.
And you help them, especially with the DPAs, down payment assistant programs, and some of the city programs and the nonprofits. There's a lot of opportunity out there for buyers, even if they don't think there is. So,
right,
yeah.
Exactly. So, but then last year, during the craziness, right before it, I had decided to open up my own brokerage. And so June 1st, we opened 16100 Realty. And I wanted to change my energy and vision towards the agents because I was seeing a lot of agents not renewing after the 2 years. And I wanted to see what I can do to make a difference in their lives and in their business. So that's what started 16100 Realty. Instead of the first-time home buyers, I wanted to work and focus with the new agents. And not only the new agents, even the experienced agents that might have been in the business for years.
Right.
But they need to go back to, the ABCs. They need to go back to the beginning or go back to coaching and maybe boost
or
their
get
business.
coaching for the first time
Yes.
ever. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's what I wanted to focus and do when we started the company.
I love that because what I really see from you is this passion for helping people. And you were helping buyers, but there's only so many buyers you can actually help on your own. So by helping agents help buyers,
Yes.
you really expand that influence and the amount of good that you're able to do in the real estate industry. I definitely want to get into some of the things that 16100 is doing. But before we do that, I want to hit one last to me, I think it's a really cool piece of history. Tell me how you came up with the name 16100 because it comes from your daughter, right?
Yes.
So tell me about that.
Yes. So Safira is now 14 years old, but when she was little, around 3 years old, we even have a little tape of her counting even to 10, and then the next number was 16100 all the time. And we're like, where did you get this number from? And we tried to correct her, and she was like, no, Mommy, it's 16100. And I'm like, how many cookies do you want? 16100.
Oh, that's
and
that's
what's
a good
your
number
favorite
of
number? Yeah, 16100. And I'm like, okay. And so it just stuck with her for years. And even in elementary, when it was time to create her first email, she even created 16100 at Gmail, I think, something like that. And so the story always stayed with her growing up. So one day when we were trying to think of a name for the company, I even Googled and said, okay, Google, tell me how to create a name for a brokerage. And it was funny because the first thing it said was, don't name it after yourself. And I knew I didn't want that because I didn't want this to be about myself. I wanted it to be about the agents.
Right.
And So the next thing that it said was, do something unique. Maybe that's something meaningful to you, or just something fun, like 10100. And it had 100 spelt out with the number 10.
Oh, okay.
And so I just kind of froze, and I was like, wait a minute, 16100 Realty. And I called my daughter. She comes running, and I'm like, I have the name. And she just looks at me, and I said, 16100 Realty.
How'd she take that?
She was almost in tears.
Oh, okay, good.
She was just
good,
like,
good tears?
yes, she
okay,
was just
okay,
like, she was totally surprised. And she was like, oh my God, Mom, you're going to name the company after me? And I was like, yeah, what do you think? And she's like, I love it. So
awesome.
right away I sent it to the family, and everybody knew that her story of her numbers. And so everybody was just completely on board. And right away, she even started doing drawings of what it might look like,
Yeah.
writing it down, and
Well, I love it. It's
the
a
colors.
beautiful logo, and it really sticks out.
Thank you. Yeah, she even was working on the colors, and she came out with a palette of all these different colors and stuff like that. So we worked together on this, and so she loves it. It makes her feel like one of the founding founders and owner and creator of the name, and we even have her name badge that says that. She loves going to all the events and everything and being part of the company and who we are.
That's so cool, especially that she was really on board, because with teenagers, you never know. You know?
Yeah, exactly. She's like, no, wait.
Well, that's mine, or whatever, but she sounds like a great kid, and I'm so glad. Okay, so let's convert over. So you used to be in title, which is definitely a really hard job. If you've never done title work, they make it look really easy, but there's a lot that goes into that. You came to the dark side of real estate. You became a real estate agent, started your own brokerage, and your brokerage really kind of has a different outlook than a lot of your brokerage, especially your big box brokerages do. So you have a big focus on culture. You even have like a culture committee and all of this. So tell us a little bit about your commitment to culture, what the culture is at 16100 Realty, and how you're progressing that.
So we like to have fun, and why make any job a boring job, and why not have fun while you're doing what you love and helping people. So I wanted a fun culture where we get together and learn together, and so we're always doing contests. Matter of fact, I forgot to mention to you, right now we're doing the Amazing Race contest.
I love that.
So it's like a scavenger hunt, and whoever can go and give out their business cards the most and even take selfies. And one example was like even give your business card to a police officer and take a selfie with the police officer.
That's great.
So go around town and see who wins that amazing race. And we just recently did a happy hour at my house doing a vision board. So putting your vision to paper and bring your loved one, bring your plus one, so that we can get to know your family and who you are as well as an agent and as a person. So we like to do things like that because we're all about the family. Yeah. And so we're having a lot of fun with that.
Which this is a growing family. I mean,
yes.
you started this thing basically 8 months ago, essentially, really. Mm-hmm. I mean, June 1st of last year. And you already have 20 agents on board, plus an office manager, plus a transaction coordinator. I mean, you're really growing a family. I know it's kind of cliche to say, oh, we're a big family, but that's
yes.
really what it is. And I love that focus on family, the happy hours. And then the other thing that I really heard you say is that you provide real support to your agents. A lot of brokerages, a lot of people say, oh, we support blah, 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 blah. But that means if you have a problem, give me a call and I'll see what I can do, right? That's the kind of support that most people are talking about.
Yes.
But you support your agent in a way that makes them more successful, gives them more time so they can do those money-generating activities, revenue-generating activities, and go from there. One of the things my granddad used to say all the time, people would ask him, so how many people do you have working for you? And he'd go, oh, about half of them, and I always love that joke. How are you going about making sure that you're getting the best from the agents you have working for you and that they're giving themselves the best?
Right. Well, one of the things that I always tell them and I tell the agents is I don't want to be just your broker where you hang your license. I want to be your business partner. So if there's any problems, if there's anything that we need, let's talk about it and let's get it together as a company versus just one person having to hire an assistant or one person paying for the leads, one person, paying for this. Mm-hmm. Let's purchase it together as a brokerage and and that way we can work on it together. And so one of the things, Hilda Castillo is my office manager, and oh my gosh, she's my right-hand person. She does everything. She does the onboarding. She even sits with them and does a one-on-one with them for marketing, gets their website profile set up so we don't have any agents with no pictures and no bios on the website. She helps them create any business pages that they need. So she really helps them get set up in the back office and marketing and stuff. So we have that support. I had decided that, a transaction coordinator is huge. And it's, even when I was an agent or, in any business that you are in, as soon as you start getting busy, you're like, oh my goodness, okay, I might need an assistant or I might need somebody to help me. But then to take the time to stop to do the interviews or to figure out who's going to help you and how much it's going to cost.
Or afford that person.
Yes, afford it this month, but not be able to afford it next month.
Right.
So I decided to, just charge a flat fee of $200 per file and add that service. So that way we have one person that is helping everybody. And then as we need, we'll add on. But they will help that person do do everything from contract to close, and help in the enter all the data entry, everything that is needed, in the back end, the data and the having that assistant. So that way, when you do get busy, because I hope and I'm helping them to push and to do work their database, and I'm teaching them how to go after the business. And so don't worry about the back office. Don't worry about the data entry and the other things. Let us cover that. And you go look for the contracts and the homes that needs to, the sellers and the buyers that need help.
Yeah.
And we will take care of your files.
I was listening to a pretty well-known real estate podcast, and one of the things that they were saying is that a good transaction coordinator can take up about 50% of the time suck things that you do and eliminate that, which really essentially doubles the amount of time that you can work on lead generation, closings, sellings, showings, all of the things that are really what make money, right? If you can eliminate half of the things, hey, we need this updated in the contract, we need to schedule this appointment or whatever, and your TC is doing those things for you, you've essentially doubled your revenue generating time.
Yes.
Or doubled the amount of, or significantly increased the amount of time that you can spend with your family or working on other things. And I think that's really, really important. So many agents, especially new agents, right? Getting into the business, they think, oh, cool, it's a job. I work from 8 to 5, maybe I have to answer a few phone calls on weekends and stuff like that. But it really isn't that way.
Right.
Real estate can be such a life suck if you don't have somebody really supporting you on the back end. And I love that you guys have that transaction coordinator as built in part of the support, real support. So you've got that. You've got your office manager who helps them get their website set up. You get your headshot up, get your bio up, so that nobody comes out to your website and they're like, oh, this isn't even completed, and it's not ready to go. So really, from the moment you hit the street, you're good. You're ready to go.
Exactly.
And I think that's a big part of that too. So all of this service is really impressive. The standard way that most agents get paid is they get half the commission. The broker gets half the commission. But you're not doing that.
No.
You're doing something substantially different.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about how the compensation works for a new agent.
So for a brand new agent, it's $75.25. So I keep the 25 and we cap at $25,000. So once I've made $25,000 from them, then it's 100% for the rest of the year.
Wow.
And that's only for their first 15 deals. Because I figure, after 15 deals, they've gained enough experience and they can move up.
Right.
So then the last tier would be 85.15. So if there's any experienced agents that come on and have already done the 15, then they automatically start at the 85.15. So they don't have to work their way up or anything like that. And then once they're at that last tier, then it's 15,000 cap. And then the rest of the year, it's 100%.
That's amazing. So if an agent's GCI, is 175,000, right? They cap at that 15,000 that they pay you. They make the whole 160.
Yes.
I mean, that's huge. I mean,
Yes.
if you're talking about a real producing agent, you're really talking about something closer to like a 90-95 split throughout the process of that entire year. And I think that's really cool. I want to go back to the 75-25 though, because you do something with the 75-25 that I've not heard anybody else doing, and I think is really cool. Tell me about your mentorship program.
So we have a few mentors in our office, and so they're the experienced agents that have already been in the business, and if they help the new agents with the whole file from contract to close, then the mentors will get paid from my split, not an additional charge to the agent, to the new agent. I mean, the new agents already have so many things and so many expenses and everything. So, why keep taking from them and hurting them and everything? So we take it from the broker split and we pay the mentor. And they even get to pick the different mentors. So they're not assigned to the mentors and have to work with that one mentor through their first 5 files. So it's however many they need. And if they want to work with one mentor, on this file and this mentor on another file, then they can get the different, teachings from the different mentors.
I think that's really smart, because if I were going through that program, I would say, okay, I want to do 3 transactions with you, 3 transactions with you, 3 transactions with you, and kind of get the best of all the worlds. And that's one of the great things about having a growing agency, is that you've got some people to pick from. It's not just the one broker. You have to learn everything, the way they do it, and whether it fits you or not, that's the only way to do it, right? Or you have to go figure it out on your own and recreate the wheel, which nobody wants to do. So I love the mentorship program, and I think that's really huge, because like we train home inspectors, obviously, and when they come out of school, like, I feel like nothing, Jon Snow. I'm just like, you've got no clue what you're doing, and the schools are great out there. We send our people to Champions, and I know you get a lot of your guys from Champions, ladies, guys, whatever. But how do you actually do real estate is a whole different ball of wax.
Yes.
So who should think about joining 16100 Realty? Like, who's the kind of agent that you would say, man, that's the kind of person that should think about coming and seeing our culture, seeing what we have to offer, and possibly joining our team?
Well, if you're new, then we definitely have great programs for the new agents. But if you're an experienced agent, we also have really good programs for you. We have leadership opportunities like the mentorship. You can also become a coach, because we have a coaching program. And that's really exciting. We've partnered with the Locker Room. And so they provide all the back office training, a huge library of videos, and they're even teaching our experienced agents how to become a mentor and coach. And so that's a really exciting program. So, or if you just want to take your business to the next level, we have group coaching and one-on-one coaching for the agents.
Yeah. So brand new agents who are either going to school or getting ready to graduate school or getting ready to take their exam, agents who maybe been in the business for a couple of years and just really are hitting a brick wall, not really getting where they need to be or getting where they know they should be, and maybe an agent who's just overwhelmed by all the paperwork, but doesn't want to hire a full-time person, because a lot of people don't want to work part-time, right? Especially with the new healthcare laws and all of that stuff. A lot of people don't want to do that. So hiring somebody full-time is really hard for a single agent. So that might be another person who really looks good. And maybe it's just somebody who's looking to have a good time. Work real hard, play real hard, because, man, you guys play hard. I love the happy hours, the happy hour vision board, and all of that stuff. I know you guys are in the process of looking for a new office space. What kind of area are you looking to put that office space in?
Well, we were looking in Arlington or the HEB area, Irving. I'm, not stuck on one place. We have agents all over, and so I do want a place that where I can have a big event room or training room. So that's my main focus. As long as I can have that room, I don't care where it's at, because whoever can join me in person can join me in person. Whoever can't, we always do Zoom in our meetings. So I do have an Amarillo agent. So she joins us all the time on Zoom.
I was about to say, I hope she doesn't drive in.
Yes.
That'd be brutal.
Yes. Yeah. So that way we can get a little bit of both worlds.
Gotcha. So you're centrally located. So even if it's an agent in McKinney or Rockwall or Weatherford or whatever, it's not that bad of a drive to get to the main office location. And like you said, they can do a lot of that via Zoom and whatnot. So so you cover pretty much the entire Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex and cover all that area then.
Yes.
That's awesome. So if somebody's interested in contacting you directly or maybe learning a little bit more about 16100 Realty, what's the best way to reach you?
They can call me at 817-505-8173 or visit our website at 16100realty.com.
Awesome. And you guys do, I want to mention this one last thing. I was looking over my notes because I wanted to make sure I got everything. You guys do something really cool on Mondays and Tuesdays. Tell me about Mondays and Tuesdays.
Yes. So Mondays is for new agents. We have training from 10 to 1 every Monday, and we go over all the steps of the MLS, how to do a buyer search, how to enter a listing. Just step by step. And
CNAs, all that, yeah.
So, and if the client, if the agents have, I give them an hour. So if the agents have any clients that they're currently working with and they have current questions, then they bring it and we all learn together instead of, just me helping them that one-on-one, that we are all learning together and entering that listing. If they get a new listing, then we enter it together. So we do all of that, the systems, on Monday. On Tuesday, we have coaching. So it's the group coaching. We use the locker room material or even my own experienced material. And so that's the fun meeting where we do the contest. We have weekly contest. We have the Amazing Race contest. We're about to do a home run contest. And since we partnered with the locker room, we use a lot of their taglines and stuff. And so they always say, real estate is a contact sport, so it's time to get our jersey dirty.
I like that.
We use that and running with it, and we're having fun with it. And it's motivating the agents, and giving them ideas on where to find business, where to go get the business, how to work their database, how to talk to people, and giving them scripts and all of that. So at the end of March, we're going to have a big a big celebration from the contest that we've been having for the first quarter. So super excited to look for that end of the quarter and see what all the numbers are from the agents that have been really working it hard and just really going after it and taking everything that I'm giving them. It's so fun to see, when an agent never even had Facebook or never even has posted or anything, and seeing them out there and everything, it's, it makes me so proud.
Yeah, it
to
should.
see them. So it's fun. It's exciting.
Well, that's awesome. And I think what you're doing is really, really cool. If you're looking for a good place to do real estate and you don't want to do it by yourself, which even if you think, man, I really want to do this by myself, it can be a really lonely world out there. Find somebody who you really jive with, who you really connect with, and who's willing to give you that level of support to help get you where you want to go. There's no reason to reinvent every single wheel yourself. There's no reason to push the cart all by yourself when you've got people who are willing to do it and willing to play at a really high level. So if that's something you're interested in, absolutely contact Rachael and get more information. Give us that phone number and that website one more time.
It's 817-505-8173. And the website is 16 spelled out, the number 100realty.com.
Perfect. Anything else you want to share while we're here?
I think that's it. You covered everything. That was amazing. Thank you so much for having me. We greatly appreciate it.
Always my pleasure.
This has been fun.
Good. All right. Well, until we see you again, stay safe and stay productive, everybody. Bye.